Sports, those amazing activities we absolutely will always fall in love with. No matter where you are or who you are, you most probably like or love a sport. Either it's football, American football, basketball, baseball, doesn't even matter really. This form of entertainment really captures everyone because we love to be all together and support our favorite team, or actually be with them when they have their worst season, or cheer for the underdog that we could never actually see in a competition and now they're in its final. Hell yeah, I root for Dortmund to actually win Champions League. These sports actually create absolutely all the emotions possible in ourselves, right? Because we love our teams and also we most probably have our favorite players and we just love to root for these guys, right? We're sad when they lose and we're happy as hell when they actually do take the win. Hell yeah, Messi. Hell yeah. Yeah, and with all that actually said, gaming kinda saw that, okay? I mean, it is one of the most entertaining things ever. It's probably the most watched form of entertainment to this day. Football especially is, well, soccer for American public is absolutely unbelievably popular. Well, really you have to give it to the things that they actually do. When you're rooting for your favorite team, you're there with all your soul and all your heart. And even when they lose, you still root for them, even though you're sad. And trust me, I'm a Barca fan, so I know about how sad you can be. But we do hope to always help them make better. And when they actually lose, we're looking at a game and actually look at what they could do better. And most of the time we criticize them for, hey, maybe you could have had that transfer, or you can actually have, passed the ball there.
That's coming fast. Oh, you better not pass that ball 5 times. Shoot the ball when you get it, all right?
I'm gonna get in trouble though, coach.
Shoot the damn ball. You're gonna get in trouble twice. You hear me?
Or do this or do that. We love to actually kind of be our own kind of managers in a way and tell them what they could have done. And they'll never hear us, but we love to think that they might. Well, gaming heard that and it actually made our dream come true because there come sports games. Sports games are the subject of today's video, and to be extremely honest with you, this video was concentrated on a few things. I did have to change it quite a few times while making it, hence why it actually is not posted on Saturday, it's posted on Sunday.
Nobody cares! Nobody cares!
Because it's a lot of things that I wanted to talk about, because really I wanted to start it talking just for FIFA, because, well, it's the sport game I know, because it's really the only one I played. Then I actually wanted to talk kind of about all of them, because all of them kind of have the same scenes and, well, good stuff about them. And then I wanted to talk about EA, because really EA came out with a lot of bad stuff lately, and that's why this video's title is actually cold, and it's talking about the most evil gaming company, because really that's what EA kinda is. They're holding this title for some time and it really seems they will fight to the nail for it. They just don't want to give it up. So if you want to actually hear this video, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel for more such videos. And with that actually being said, I'm actually gonna get right into it. So really, what stirred me up to talk about these subjects? Well, nothing in particular. I was just thinking a lot that I talked about, loot boxes. I talked about, well, a lot of how you can get money out of, your customers with games. And then sports game came into my mind. Also, I was thinking, what can I complain about next week? And well, sports games are definitely something you can do.
Every year, the same game!
Because sports games are genuinely the most controversial thing every single time they get out. And why I'm saying that, it's because people love sports games, okay? And I cannot deny I don't understand why. Ever since their conception from like the 1990s, people absolutely love them because they can play with their favorite team. Again, either it's EA, either it's 2K, because to be totally honest, 2K is doing basically the same thing. So it's not that big of a change there. But it's kinda cool because you can play finally with your favorite team, you can help them actually win championships and titles, and have the transfer you always dreamed of actually come true. Ronaldo to Barcelona, hell yeah, you can do that. Messi to like Manchester City or whatever, sure you can make that. I don't know, Kobe Bryant to like Chicago Bulls, I guess you can make that happen. Well, you get the point. You can do whatever you want. You can play Michael Jordan now and actually, you know, test him against players from today and so on and so forth. Like, you can do a lot with these kind of games. A lot of people actually really wanted to do. And it's fun. It's genuinely fun. I used to love sports games. I used to love FIFA. Again, now it's called EAFC, but back in the day, it was called FIFA, and FIFA 08 is actually the first one I've ever played, and I played it with my cousin. He's the one that introduced me to this, and I fell in love with it. You could play with your friends and actually make some tournaments there, and it was so cool. It was absolutely amazing, and I loved every single second of it. But then, why am I complaining? What can I complain about? Isn't sports fun? Yes. Isn't the game fun? Well, I just said it is, so what's the problem? Well, really, the problem is FIFA 08 or EAFC 2024? Not a lot changed. Well, I'm kind of exaggerating at this point because yes, graphically it's way better, gameplay it's a little better as well, because now they're using motion tracking and so on, and I'm pretty sure, you know, the other sports games are more or less the same. I'm gonna concentrate a lot on soccer here, but if you wanna know, it's basically the same concept for all of them. So this video will concentrate mainly on the main 3 topics I want to talk about these sports games, which are also the 3 topics I look for into a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm playing a game, I look at these 3 things to know if I like the game or not. And these 3 are: first, do I enjoy the game while playing it? 2, do I actually think it's worth the money it's asking for? And 3, does it innovate towards the years? And let me tell you that FIFA for some time, or EAFC, and really sports games in general, fail in 2 of the 3 of these. And here are they. Let's go actually with the first one, the one that I think is the good one and the only saving grace that they have, which is also why this is a controversy, but not an absolute destruction of sports games, because people love the gameplay of it. Here's the deal. You have a sport we all love, right? Well, probably not all of us, but you get the point. Like, you love a sport and you will play that sport. Of course you like it, because it's what you want to do. It's playing basketball, it's playing soccer, it's playing football, whatever. It's gonna be fun. The gameplay itself is not bad, and yes, by the way, the game most of the time is very glitchy, a lot of bugs happen. For example, again, mainly concentrating on EAFC here, but goalkeepers sometimes just push the ball right into the goal. Sometimes your players will just not run for whatever reason, and so on and so forth. If you want to create a player, you have extreme limitations. I mean, they do show you like, oh, you have 400 faces, but like 200 of them are similar with the other 200 of them. But it's not really that great. But the gameplay itself, the core thing, it's gonna always be good because it's football. It's what we love, it's what we want, and of course we're going to enjoy that. So why is it bad? Well, because they don't do anything with that. So yes, you do have some of the best things ever. You can have friends and always will have fun with them. As I just said, you can create mini tournaments between yourselves and it's always gonna be fun. You're gonna have a lot of laughs, especially with the glitches. And here's my take on those. I don't think they're that bad, okay? I kinda like the glitches because they make a lot of fun videos and a lot of fun moments. Yes, I do hate that most of the things are scripted sometimes. Like, sometimes you'll just lose, you see your team will just let a goal be taken for no reason whatsoever, or sometimes the adversary team is just not playing at all, and every single shot that they have on the goal, it's actually gonna be in the crossbar or something. Like, they always have a problem, and it's just happening. There's nothing really you can do about it. Again, I still think that's okay, because at the end of the day, what I'm looking for is, do I actually feel fun, vibe when I'm playing this? Yes. So, well, that's amazing. You know what would be more amazing? Playing online with other people so that I can test my own skills against other people. And guess what? EA actually did hear that. EA was like, yeah, I want you to do that. So, you know, get the multiplayer. But of course, I couldn't just leave it to that, because that would just be too good now, would it?
Hi there, and welcome to FIFA 09 Ultimate Team, a brand new game that allows you to play football like never before. The new game lets you build, train, and manage your ultimate team by buying packs and trading online with thousands of other gamers.
And yeah, that's where kind of things fall apart. Again, multiplayer could be fun because you basically get the same thing, maybe minus the fact that you don't play with your friends now, you play with a stranger. However, the problem is not that. Okay, playing the game itself is still okay, right? Yeah, but the real problem is what they introduced with this multiplayer mode is FIFA Ultimate Team, and yes, Ultimate Team, you will find it everywhere. All the sports game now has that, and why do you think they did that? Because Ultimate Team was not just letting you play against others with whatever player you want, so you can create your own team and actually play against other people. That sounds amazing, and it was until they actually said, well, you want players? You gotta buy them. And no, you cannot buy a certain player, you buy packs that will randomly give you players. And they actually did it by, you know, those Panini cards. If you love soccer and you are, well, if you're a little older, you do know that there were these collection cards, and you know, they're kind of simulate a lot the way the baseball cards were in America. And it's fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, I always loved that card when I was a kid, and I still do actually. But at the end of the day, they ask you to buy a pack for virtual cards that basically will never actually be of any value, first of all. And second of all, just to let you create a virtual team to basically play against someone else. So it's just creating a pay-to-win system, because basically if you don't have enough money, if you don't pay enough, you're not gonna get the best players in the game. So there is that. Oh, you have a favorite player? Good luck getting that one, because you cannot choose who you're getting. You're just going to have to randomly pick packs until you get your favorite player. And that's a problem. But we're gonna get to that a little bit later, because right now I want to get into the second point, which is it worth the money that you're paying for the game? And the real answer is no. Not really. I could basically say, yes, this is a very complex, you know, talk, because if you like the game, sure, you can say it's worth for me. But really, the reality of it is, no, it's not. It's just not. Really, they are asking you for 70 bucks. 70 bucks, because every single goddamn year when they promote the game, they keep saying, we changed the system, we changed the way motion capture is done here at EA. Trust me, it's the newer system, it's better. You can see how they're sniffing their noses when they actually run. Isn't that great? No. It's absolutely unbelievably dumb. You have these kind of animations that stuck with you. Oh, right, it's the new system. It's updated. Trust me, it's much better than it was 15 years ago. No, it's not. It's literally kind of the same thing, just a little better graphics. And really, to be extremely honest with you, and why I'm saying that the price tag is absolutely not worth, you know, what the game really is, it's because, looking at it, they did not change the game since FIFA 16. FIFA 16, again, I am comparing it to the other sports game as well, but I'm talking about the one I know personally. FIFA 16 was the one that basically kind of introduced one or two new systems, but since then, really, they didn't change that much. They kind of tried to bring a story mode, which I even think they took out after 2 games or 3 games. I think it was FIFA 18, 19, and 20 that tried it, and then they just scrapped it. It was like, nah, too much effort, hell no. And really, I actually kind of congratulated them on that one, because it was like, look, it's not that big of a deal, but at least they tried, at least they give you something. And also, let's remember that they actually had back in the day a separate game that was a street football game, which was really fun, and now they actually try to make it in a game mode, which looks like this. Yeah, not that good of a job there, did you, EA? Well, really, what I think it's even more surprising is the fact that they're not even hiding it anymore. Like, they are on such a level of screwing up their own community and their own customers that really, I don't even blame EA anymore. Like, EA is really upfront at some point. They literally write on their cases assets used from the other games. And it's not like they use one or two assets. No, it's everything. Literally everything is the same, more or less every year. Maybe they actually do introduce a new mechanic or something once in like 5 years. But can you really justify 70 years every year for just basically kids and players transfers? That's it. Like, I cannot think of anything else. Oh, yeah, and how can I forget animations for the Ultimate Team? Because what is the most important thing in a game? Animations for loot boxes. Which, I'm not gonna lie, they actually somehow made them extremely fun. They have this system where for some fucking reason you can get a player and then a second one would actually show up and apparently get both of them, which again gets to very funny videos and super funny animations. I'll totally get them that, but it's still a shitty mechanic. It's literally betting for kids, which that's messed up. That's extremely messed up. You are literally teaching kids to play pachinko machines. You're teaching them to play in a casino without telling them it's a casino, because that's their only excuse. It's, oh, you're not using real money, it's fake money, it's our tokens or whatever they're called or some shit, which you buy with real money. So it is real money you're actually asking the kids, but of course you're going to say it's not the kids that are giving the money, it's the parents, because it's not like they can actually trick the parents into giving them. Anyway, that actually is way off topic, but what I'm trying to say is literally the price tag. It's $70, and what do you really get for it? Nothing. You get nothing in return. You get a kit, like, you know, a kit for each team, and basically transfers, which are literally able to do with modes and game modes. And I'll get also into this just a little later after I, you know, touch on these all three subjects, but really, I think it's so annoying the fact that people are still buying the game in such a big amount, considering everyone knows how much EA is actually tricking people. I just think it's insane, really. So, that brings me to the third and last thing I'm looking in a game, which is innovation. Does EA, or 2K for that matter, actually innovate their games every year? And look, I'm not really gonna say, like, because there are games that actually don't innovate every year and are still good games, I'll still give it to them. But do they do even anything? No. Like, they literally don't change. As I just said, they basically change maybe one thing once in like 5 years just because people are so mad at them that they actually have to do something. But my guys are at the level where you find in the game assets left from like 2021 or some shit. They literally don't even care. It's a text, and yet they're not even looking at a text. How can you mess that up so bad? Like, I just do not understand. It's insane, and it's one of the most influential game ever, because sports games were always amazing. I'm pretty sure in the US, like, you have Madden as one of or NBA maybe, I don't know, as one of the more influential games. But here in Europe, and I think in the rest of the world, or I might be wrong, I don't know, it's FIFA. Well, EAFC, but you get the point. And people buy it a lot. And here's the deal, it's not stopping at $70. It's actually going forward, because you will buy packs in the Ultimate Team, because that's the name of the game. That's really what they want. They rather want you to just get the game for you to go there and buy the ultimate players and, you know, have all the teams and so on and so forth. And I absolutely hate them for that. Here is the thing that actually annoys me the most. Companies these days are so keen on doing live service games, right? And just stick to me on the subject, because you'll understand why I'm saying all this. And they also want, so live service and, you know, seasonal games, like they will create a new season each, you know, month or something, and they will actually update your game, and you can pay like a subscription for that season. So why am I saying this? What does that have to do with sports games? Well, basically, that's exactly what you're doing. That's the funny thing. EA was so concentrated on live service a few years ago, and it still is, trust me. EA wants a live service game badly. And they tried it with Battlefront. They tried it with, what was it, Anthem? Which, oh my god, they felt so bad with that one. However, where I'm trying to get with this is sports games are literally made for this. And hear me out on this one. I'm not saying I would love live service games. I'm saying that if I were to get a live service game, I would rather have sports games like FIFA be a live service game, because here's the deal. You don't change anything for years, aka a live service game, like graphically and stuff like that. You don't. You just bring modes to the game. You can make, a season, at every half of the season in football and so on and so forth, where you can bring, new packs with the new transfers, the new kits, and so on and so forth. You can have all that in. And also, guess what? You will not have to have the price tag of $70 because now you don't have to buy the entire game, you just buy the new season subscription, so it's gonna make it cheaper for people. However, that's exactly why EA will never want it, because EA wants to get all the fucking money that they can grab out of your pockets, right? EA just wants money. They don't care about the quality, they don't care about what the game brings. And yes, I know making it live service will most probably mean the game will not have any innovation, but guess what? The game doesn't have any innovation at this point anyway. And it's obvious EA will never change that. The last FIFA I played, I think it was FIFA 18. I play mostly single player, and I play the manager mode. And I'll be totally honest with you, that never changed. Since FIFA 08, really, besides some animations, there's nothing new there. It's literally the same old thing, and they will never change it, because they know that no one really will spend money there. It's FIFA Ultimate Team that always will get the attention, because it's the moneymaker. And it's like, they actually pat themselves on the back, be like, yeah, that's good. And there's so many sports gamers, especially on YouTube, that are like, oh my god, have you seen that animation? Oh my god, look who I got. Who the f did you get? You get the same f***ing person that you got last year with the same stats. It's only a different animation, probably worse than last year, and you're still patting yourself on the back because, oh yeah, EA give me money to actually lie to all of you guys. That's so cool, isn't it? I'm sorry, I just hate these people. I hate them so bad because I know they're scamming other people, and it's just because of them. Actual kids think FIFA is cool. It's not. It's just, it's not that it's not cool, it's that it's not. It's not cool to fucking buy the ultimate pack or whatever. It's just not. Spending more money for less things, it's just dumb. Don't do that, please. It's a bad idea. Let's get into, well, the last point I said that they actually fuck up pretty bad, which is innovation. I did, well, not hint, I literally said it a couple of times. They don't innovate, ever. They will always use old assets, they will use old ideas, and everything that they actually can avoid, they will avoid. EA doesn't want to work, they just want to grab your money and live with it and be like, bye, I made the money, you can go, and I can actually come next year, ask you again for the same amount of money for almost nothing changed. Isn't life great? Not for people, it's not. So why am I saying innovation is not, like, what could they innovate? Okay, let's say that, motion tracking is at the best of their game. I'm so sure it's not, and I'm so sure they can make the programming of the games much better, but let's say that right now they are at the peak of what, technology these days can do. So what really can they do? And what am I talking about? Well, my friends, I'm talking about creativity. And you might think, what do you mean? Well, by that I mean let people create their own stuff. So, as I did say about the manager mode, what can I actually bring to the manager mode more than they actually have right now? Very simple. Let me create my own team, or even not my own team. Let me choose a team. Let us create kits. You can, look, probably it's not that easy. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure a kit creator or something in FIFA, especially for $1 billion company, it's not that hard to make. And you probably can have that, and people can create their own kits for their favorite teams, which I think it would be so good. And imagine that maybe you can make like a contest that, you know, if someone wins, their favorite team will see that and actually implement that kit that they have. That would be so fantastic. They will never do that. And the reason I'm saying that, it is not just because EAs are haters, which they are, by the way, but because they know that if they do that, so if they put the live service things, which would mean to give you the transfers back, you know, every season or every half of the season, and actually let you create your own kits, as I just said earlier, that's the only things they change every year. If they do give you that freedom, and by the way, let you create, you know, your own stadiums and stuff, but okay, let's say that's complicated, but if they let you do that, it's game over for EA, because they know that if they do that, there's literally no reason in hell for you to buy the next game. Well, probably it is, because they will keep, you know, the servers for the, you know, Ultimate Team going on the newer game rather than the older ones, but you get the point. They know that they will never implement this because they don't care. And okay, let's say they will not implement this. There are so many other things they can implement. Look, soccer, football, basketball, baseball, whatever you say it, I will actually say they can make it actually fun. They can make more fun modes. You know what I'm saying? Like football with superpowers, soccer with, I don't know, car. Well, no, that's Rocket League. But you get the point. Like literally do whatever. I'm waiting for well, I know they lost a contract with FIFA, but I am waiting for a World Cup mode in FIFA forever, and it never really happened. And I'm not saying, you know, made up, but rather one that is actually, you know, World Cup. They just don't care. They literally don't give a f about it, and it's so sad because they have the entire potential there, and I am so sure people want it. I'm so sure that devs can totally do it, and yeah, it's just sad, man. It's just really sad because, you know, I see good games being scrapped, you know, studios actually being closed even after making award-winning games. By the way, I'm talking about Microsoft, because they actually closed some of the newly bought, by the way, studios from Bethesda. And yeah, it just sucks to see all these things. And that actually brings me to the last part of this video. I hope you like this video, and I hope you actually will click the like button. But here is the real core of the entire problem. Because as I said, I did have to change this video quite a few times because I wanted to talk about sports, then I wanted to talk about FIFA, and then I wanted to talk about EA. But why did I want to talk about EA especially? Because in this video also you did actually hear me talking about EA more. The reason is, I think it's a pretty known thing. EA is the worst gaming company out there. Everyone kind of voted always the worst company in the market for a good reason, and apparently they will never lose that title, as I said before. And really the reason is, look, 2K can do, and I'm sure they do, also very shitty things, but I have to praise them on some stuff, and that is WWE games. Okay, probably a lot of you hate me, but I just love those. They're fun. Okay, they actually make those games fun. And yes, 2K 2022 was really bad, was really buggy, but they did change studios, if I'm not mistaken, at that point in time, so it kind of makes sense. But all I'm saying is, at least they try. At least they had some fun things. They have, you know, the whole history mode that they kind of bring every year. The character customization, which is I would say is really good. That is a good customization thing. And it's just fun. Again, your favorite sports will make for a fun game. But at least 2K is trying to bring you something new to the table, while EA doesn't do anything. But that's not the only reason I'm kind of talking only about EA. It's also because of the latest news that the EA CEO actually brought to the table, which are, well, he made a speech, and or rather an interview, where he did say that it's not that long until we'll see EA implementing very heavily AI systems to create their games, and that they are extremely excited to implement those AIs in the games. And that sucks. The reason it sucks, well, lately a lot of studios already had huge layoffs. We're talking Sony firing 900 people. Microsoft, as I just said, closed, I think, 3 or 4 studios, laid off a bunch of people themselves. Google sacked a lot of people as well. Like, there were so many stories about just layoffs, especially in the game community. It was insane. Also, a studio in Romania closed as well, which is super sad. And yeah, it just sucks. Really, it sucks because at the end of the day, these people will remain without a job and you cannot do too much about it. Companies rule with only one goal in mind, which is how can I make more money? And the answer, I think everyone knows it already, is AI. AI will just probably take over a lot of the work that people will do, and if it's not stopped, fairly fast, it's gonna be a big issue in the future, because really look at what's happening already. Everyone tries to implement AI just to get rid of people. Because here's the deal, AI can be a tool, and I did say that before. I think AI can be a tool and it would be fun to be used as a tool. However, it is not. Unfortunately, corporations look at humans just like expenses, and then they compare it with AI and be like, I would rather pay for that and fire 500 people. That's fine with me. I can raise my own salary with their money. Because again, that's what's happening, companies fire off a bunch of people and then they will actually give bonuses to their managers and CEOs and so on and so forth, and that's why I cannot stand any of them. I'm really getting mad at this one now because it's really bad. Because guess what? I thought that was it. Okay, EA saying they want to implement AI, which I think it was a pretty common knowledge at this point. We know EA sucks, and it was pretty obvious EA will actually try to get that route. I just didn't think they're dumb enough to actually make it public like this. But it's not the only thing they said, which is even funnier, because the next thing they said was even worse, which is we're also looking to put ads in the game. And I'm not gonna shit on you. Some good thing actually came out of this, which are the memes. Whopper, Junior. Memes with this ad in the game in like the most important moments. Absolutely funny. I love them. And I have to give it to the people that make these memes. Shout out to you guys, you're amazing. But really, the idea itself, EA just doesn't want to stop. I swear to God, every bad idea on this planet, they either take it or either invented it themselves. It's just crazy. How can they be so bad at something that they do for so long? Which I would really actually say that they actually did good at some point. It's just, to me, it's insane. I don't understand. I genuinely cannot get it. People hate it. They know people hate this kind of stuff. So it's not like when they're taking these kind of decisions, they're surprised with bad feedback. They know that. Maybe they're doing for, actually, people talking about it, which, for example, I do now, which I can be, kind of a fault at. But I cannot stop to not try and warn people about it. Please don't buy their games anymore. It's bad. And look, I'm not saying that they don't have some good games, like the Star Wars Survivor and Star Wars, what was it, the First Order or something? I always forget their name, but you get it. Those are good games, but at the same time, it's not made by EA, it's published by EA, it's made by Respawn. However, the sports games are made by EA themselves, so they know that. They are They literally are really, really bad, and I hate them for it so bad. And yeah, it's a pretty depressing kind of end of the video, but that's why I'm not gonna leave it like that, because now it's the indie shoutout moment. So in today's indie shoutout studio, we're going to choose another studio from Romania. Yes, I am biased. Well, sue me. Don't sue me, please. The studio I'm gonna talk about today is called Sand Sailor Studio, and you actually might know this one because it's a studio that actually brought you games that were published by pretty big publishers, such as Square Enix mainly. They also have some games published by themselves, and they have a new game that's on the horizon. I think it's going to be, I think they said in the fall of this year, which is called ASKA. I think you should really check it out. I'm gonna leave a trailer right here. that's actually a pretty cool concept. And there are some interviews with them talking about the game. It's really looking fun. They also have, I think, Black the Fall was another one of their games. That was the first game I know from them, and actually it's a game I did buy and I do intend to play it on this channel. So yeah, these guys are super cool, super talented. Please go on Steam and wishlist ASKA right now, or at least check out the trailer, and you know, if you do want it, just at least look at it. But again, just as I said before, please don't pre-order, wait until it comes out, wait for some reviews, and then actually make up your mind if you want to buy it or not. Even if I'm, you know, supporting these indie studios, I still want you to not, you know, waste your money on stuff. But that's why I'm saying it's kind of a lighter message and a better message at the end, because let's support indie studios, okay? The indie studios these days are making such good games, and really they should be supported more to be able to fight against the AAA studios that definitely fuck everything up. It is what it is, okay? So thank you so much guys for actually showing up again on this Gamers Weekend. Thank you so much for actually, you know, checking out my previous videos, and if you want to see a gameplay of me, you can click it right here, I think, I'm not sure. Also, if you wanna see other stuff of me, just click on my channel, subscribe, and you'll see way more stuff with me. So, with that actually being said, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll have a great week. And yeah, I'll just see you at the next video, which is gonna be a horror gameplay. Yeah. Bye guys.